All right, so for today's lesson, we're going to learn how to do realistic lips. Last week we did noses, now we're gonna do mouth, and then next week we will do eyes, and then the week after that we'll put it all together. So here's my step one and then final shaded, and I'm gonna show you it step by step. So if you have your guidelines, right? So we're gonna do one up here first, just with the basic shapes. So it's essentially like a really light cross or plus sign for our guidelines. And remember, you draw them really light because you will erase them afterwards. So on top of this horizontal line, we're gonna do a circle, okay? And then we're gonna do essentially what looks like almost like apostrophe marks, but it's gonna go up above the circle. So a little bit above the circle, or maybe like a sideways teardrop more than an apostrophe, okay? Same thing on this side. And the guidelines are to make everything symmetrical. So as far as I did it on this side, I want to do it the same distance on this side. So you can always use your pencil to measure, okay, I did it that far out. It needs to go out to here to be the same distance on this side, okay? So it's a circle with two, do you see how that's a teardrop but turned sideways, or a raindrop turned sideways? And then the bottom lip's basic shape is going to be an angled teardrop like that, two of them, right? And again, symmetrical. So this is like the basic filler shape of what your lips are going to be. And then once you do that, you can add, your lip shape around it. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. So if I imagine my circle here, my lips are gonna go up. Here's my little teardrop. Then they're gonna go down, up, down. Okay, now on the bottom, it's gonna curve like this. The bottom of the top lip curves up and in like that. So there's two little hills. It's almost mirroring what this is, but just a little more shallow. Then the bottom lip is gonna come down. Some lips go in a little bit, right at the center. Okay, and then the bottom lip, the inside of it comes like this. Okay, so all of this is gonna get colored in, because this is like the inside of your mouth. So color that in really dark. All right, and that's kind of swooping up a lot, so I'm gonna make it a little smoother a line. Okay, so now that you have that basic shape, we can go in and add shading. First of all, above there's the Cupid's bow, and above your lip there's this little kind of like dip in your skin. Okay, and we're gonna lightly shade that and then kind of rub it, right? Then we're going to do little lines, and they're gonna point out, curve out like this. So on the inside, they curve this way. On this side, they curve this way. Same thing, they curve out, they curve out. So it's a little lighter on the outside, a little lighter on the outside. And I'm not doing any in the middle because the middle is gonna have a highlight, right? We're gonna have not as much value in the middle because it's the furthest out of your lips. And so it's gonna be the lightest. Now that I've added my little texture lines, let's go in closer so you can see. I'm gonna turn my pencil sideways and very lightly add some shading to the sides. I don't really want to see lines. I just want to, that's why I'm using the side, not the tip of my pencil, because I don't want to see any strokes. I just want to add some tone, okay? There's gonna be a little bit on the bottom and a little bit on the top here, but I'm gonna leave this highlighted. Same thing here. A little bit right here, a little bit right here, but I'm gonna leave that center highlighted. And then I'm gonna go back and rub to shade it in, and maybe make it a little darker right here to make it look a little more 3D. A little darker right here on the sides to show that it's going in where the mouth is. And then I'm gonna take my eraser and kind of clean up anything. Take that guideline out. Take this guideline out. Okay, now, on the bottom of your lip, if you go down a little bit, there's a little mark where your chin starts. That's gonna get shaded dark where the line is, and then kind of work its way lighter, okay? There's gonna be a little shadow right here in the crease where your lip kind of meets. That's gonna kind of work up just a little bit. We don't wanna do this too dark, because then it will start to look like you have got a mustache. So just do a little and shade. And there you go, you're starting to get your mouth. So your nose from last week would come right here. And then start to work its way up. All right, so next week we'll do eyes, and then the week after that we'll put it all together.